34 years old from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is Brendan King. You're an Ironman, Brendan.
What's going on, guys? Just got back from my 5-mile run here in Philly. Just hanging out in front of my apartment. It was a beautiful day for a run. Represent Pittsburgh Marathon. Got canceled this year, so I've had to make some changes to my training plan. That's what I'm here to talk about now. Got my face mask in case I'm running around groups of people, trying to socially isolate and still get my exercise in. So as I mentioned, this COVID thing has done a lot of straining on not just work, but on trainings and races for that matter. Pittsburgh Marathon was canceled, or rather the actual race was canceled, but still left open for a virtual race if I was interested. I have, however, run it before. I love the race. It's my home race. I would consider that, but I haven't been living at home in Pittsburgh in a while, and it was merely an excuse to go home. So now I'm not running that marathon at the beginning of May. How that's affecting my training? Well, I started off by not training early enough. So in response to that, I kind of pushed myself a little bit harder than I probably should have to begin with. And now that I don't have a race, or a marathon rather, at the beginning of May, my next race isn't until midway through June. And so I've taken a step back and I'm using this time to correctly zone 2 training. I haven't done an amazing job at that, I gotta admit. I try to keep my heart rate as low as possible, but even that's difficult. For somebody that's used to or able to run 8:20 is my marathon PR pace right now. Taking a step back and running 9:40s, 10-minute miles, like that's it feels very slow and very difficult. But the whole point of it is a base. Let's talk zone 2. Zone 2, as described by the Maffetone principle, is your aerobic heart rate. You find that by taking 180 minus your age. That's like the less scientific way of doing it. So for me, my my zone 2 heart rate is 146. That makes me 34. The idea here is that as you work out at that or slightly lower heart rate, your body gets used to it and gets comfortable with that workload. The more you do that, the better your body gets at doing that. It adapts and you get faster. So eventually that 940 will turn into a 920, into a 9, into an 840, into an 820, so on and so forth. So what I've been doing since I don't have that race, as soon as I thought I was going to have a race, is, like I said, getting back to running at the lower paces, lower heart rates, excuse me. I'm hoping to build that base layer so that come August, when Ironman Mont Tremblant rolls around, I've got a solid base layer and I'm running faster with no real added effort. It seems like a catch-22, or rather a paradox. Catch-22 is probably the wrong word. It seems like a paradox that you have to run slow to run fast, but in fact that's how it works. That's not to say that there isn't a place for threshold training runs, but that might not be the place to start right now. I also wear a heart rate chest strap to measure my heart rate a little bit more accurately, even though the watch itself has a heart rate monitor on it.